in your case, Jan, what's the difference between the goals you're setting for pre-purchase planning and the purchase itself?
So until this stage, it's really economic buyer. But
Yeah.
after this, these people are more like has veto power. And our goal at this stage is to close the deal and sign the contract. Because even after they all agree on what to buy, we still need to get contract signed. Like if we don't sign the contract, nobody really knows what's going to happen. So it's important to push accounting, legal department to draft the contract and ask decision maker to sign on that contract as soon as possible.
So at this stage, you're moving from one part of the DMU to the other part of the DMU, from primary to additional, right? All right. And in your case, how long does it take?
It depends on company, but I think usually takes about 1 month.
And Bill, you mentioned earlier the importance of closing, and I want to dig deeper here because, you know, if you go through the process and you demonstrate the value, shouldn't closing the deal be just straightforward?
Yes, great question. I mean, that's a lot of people say, what do you mean? It's just you pre-purchase planning and then they purchase. It just happens. It's obvious. In the real world, all of us know, I mean, that's not the way it works. How many times have we had a verbal agreement on something and the contract never comes through, or it doesn't come through until 3 months later? Well, those 3 months could kill you. If you can get it down to 1 month, if you can get it down to 1 week, and this is why in business you have people who are closers. They know how to, you know, you have the sale, you know, the technical sales who bring it right up to the end line, they think. But then you need a real closer to close the deal, to get the contract signed, to figure out all the legal accounting issues, and to go back to, it might be, you know, someone in the additional, but it might go right back to the economic buyer and say, look, we have to get this done. If we don't get it done, we're going to have to move on to somebody else. And that's the essence of sales, closing the deal. It's like getting to the end and winning, but then you could be winning the race, but can you finish it out? And this is when you close the deal. And that's why I separate them. So your questions, I hear it all the time, is, aren't these one and the same? And often that purchasing requires even a different mentality. It requires a killer instinct to go in and just, we're going to get this done, whatever. The person before that, a hunter. And before that, you can have a farmer who kind of gets everything ready, does all the analysis, but then you kind of have that killer instinct. And that's why I separated, and that's an incredibly valuable person. And you can get them in the same person, but often when I was at IBM, you'd have the systems engineers who would do all the pre-purchase planning, and then they'd bring in the salesperson, and they would close the deal. And they didn't even understand everything that was being done there, but they understood the humans and the need to just get stuff done, GSD, get stuff done.
And Jan, at TVision, who is the closer? I'm sure you're the closer for many of the deals, but as you guys scale, you won't be able to do all of it. How are you thinking about it?
But I think still it's really key for us to keep the relationship between management of TVision and executive of our clients, because this step is really like a personal the information exchange between us and executive, because only executive can sign the contract. So it's not like, it's tough for the junior sales reps to have a phone call with executive. Hey, like why you haven't signed this contract, right? That's kind of really rude. So I think it's still our job to really make it happen.
So this is C-level to C-level. Great, great.
C-level being chief executive officer or chief.
Right.
I think that's important. I mean, when I buy from somebody else and they're a small company, I want to talk to the founder, to the CEO, because it's a personal commitment when we're talking about companies like this.
You're putting yourself on the line.
Yeah, these companies are us. They're the people that started it. And at TVision, Jan, I would want to talk to Jan. If I did it, I want to talk to him. So he, in a sense, the founder or you the entrepreneur, you are the closer. You can't shirk that responsibility.
Well, I'm glad that you're taking this to heart, and I know you're very successful at that.